Welcome, Singaporean investors. Are you tired of digging through dozens of headlines just to make sense of today's SGX market? Or maybe you're curious how the latest news will impact your portfolio. You've tuned in to the Investing Iguana's daily SGX market digest for August 5th, 2025. I'm Iggy, and today, as always, I'll break down the most important movements on the Singapore exchange with a focus on what matters to you, without the jargon or fluff. First, here's a pulse check on the broader market today. The Straits Times Index closed at 4,016.74, up 0.46% from yesterday. That's a continuation of its month-long rebound, now up 10.8% year-to-date and standing near its highest point in years. For context, global indices also rallied. The S&P 500 surged over 1.4%. The Dow Jones added 1.3%. The Hang Seng showed off Singapore's regional strength with a massive 23% gain so far this year. This positive momentum is fueled by hopes of coming Fed rate cuts, steady regional growth, and strong institutional buying in selected blue chips. Let's focus on the real action. Which SGX companies truly moved the needle today? Capitaland Ascendas REIT remains a benchmark for industrial property players. For the first half of 2025, distributable income hit $331.1 million, slightly up year on year. The distribution per unit slipped just 0.6% to 7.477 cents, mainly because of a bigger unit base after recent fundraising for new asset purchases. Gross revenue and net property income dipped by 2 and 0.9%, respectively, partly due to property divestments in Australia, Singapore, and the US, and the temporary redevelopment of an asset in the UK. However, investors looked past this and pushed its closing price to 2.88 today, with a target upside to 3.15 according to analysts. Capitaland Ascendas is doubling down on local assets, with 67% of its holdings now anchored in Singapore. The acquisition of the DHL Indianapolis Logistics Center and several high-value data and business parks in Singapore underline management's strategy. Focus on long-term Singapore demand, while smartly expanding in logistics and tech. With stable funding, high tenant diversification, and an average lease expiry pushing 4 years, this REIT is positioned to weather global uncertainty. Its forward dividend yield remains attractive around 5.2%, so long-term income seekers are watching closely. Meanwhile, Lendlease REIT has stood its ground this year, despite a drop in headline revenue and profits. If you set aside last year's one-off supplementary rent, both gross revenue and net property income actually grew for the year. Property expenses ticked up, mainly due to bad debt provisions with some struggling tenants, but the core story is retail resilience. Lendlease's properties are now almost entirely Singapore-based and showcase over 99% occupancy. Rental reversions are up more than 10%, and retail footfall remains strong. Management has already secured 68% of their debt at fixed rates, reducing the risk of future interest rate surprises. The latest distribution per unit rose 1.8% to 1.80 cents for the second half. At a stock price of 0.565 and a 6.4% forward yield, Lendlease is increasingly seen as a Swiss Army knife for dividend hunters, with analysts forecasting double-digit price upside from current levels. The REIT space in Singapore, after years in the doldrums, is quietly becoming a magnet for both institutional and retail flows. Now let's move to Capitaland Integrated Commercial Trust. This trust posted a 3.5% increase in its distribution per unit, reaching 5.62 cents for the first half of 2025. The main boost came from the 6-month contribution of its flagship Ion Orchard, alongside improved performance of existing assets and savings on interest expenses. That said, revenue fell by just 0.5% and net property income slipped by 1.7%. Still, this didn't faze the market. The trust's price jumped 2.28% to 2.24 at the close. Frasers Hospitality Trust showed how challenging hospitality can be in a mixed global economy. Revenue per available room fell between 1.2 and 5.6% in Singapore, Australia, and Malaysia, but saw a big turnaround in Japan, up 17.6%, and a modest bump in the UK. The average daily rate moved up as well, strengthening the Singapore portfolio to a 73% occupancy rate, The unit price inched up 0.7% to 0.705, with investors parsing the complex outlook for hospitality recovery. For something different, let's look at Sunpower. This Singapore-listed green solutions provider just secured 135.2 million yuan, or about 24.2 million Singapore dollars, in Chinese subsidies to support its Jintai biomass energy project. Sunpower plans to expand into artificial intelligence-powered heating and renewable networks as part of China's push for energy sustainability. Its share price held steady at 0.23 today. This mix of new energy tech and policy support makes Sunpower a sleeper to watch for growth-oriented investors eyeing sustainability themes. Taking a step back, the SGX was a stage for more than just these company stories. Institutional investors turned net sellers last week to the tune of nearly $500 million Singapore dollars after several weeks of net purchases. Retail investors stepped back in, snagging $380 million in net buys, especially in bank and airline shares. Companies like OCBC, DBS, and Keppel launched sizable share buybacks. This signals management confidence and could support prices in the weeks ahead. Other dividend favorites also stole the limelight. DFI Retail Group leads the pack with forward yields topping 14%, followed by heavyweights like DBS, Frasers Logistics Trust, and Mapletree. Singapore's reputation as a regional income haven is only growing stronger. On the valuation side, Yangzijiang Shipbuilding and heavyweights like OCBC, UOB, and Jardine Matheson are all trading at low PE ratios, with select property groups and shipbuilders still offering deep value relative to fundamentals. Macro-wise, the news wasn't just about earnings and dividends. Singapore is setting up a fresh economic strategy review driven by changing U.S. tariffs and the uncertain global trading system. Malaysia pledged over $240 billion in U.S. trade deals to buffer against tariff risks. Meanwhile, factory activity slowed at home, but electronics manufacturing kept growing. Singapore's property market, especially in shophouses, turned sluggish, with buyers waiting for macro uncertainty to clear before making their next move. On the innovation front, NUS and Google are joining forces to launch a new AI research and talent center here. Technology-powered transformation is rapidly becoming a theme, not just for startups, but also for industrial giants like ST Engineering and Keppel, who consistently lead the STI in both price momentum and net institutional inflows this year. Let's wrap up with Iggy's take. What stands out most is the resilience of Singapore's blue-chip companies. REITs are stabilizing, retail money is coming back, and institutional flows are chasing value, not just momentum. Singapore's safe haven status is getting global attention, underlined by strong international fund flows, robust dividends, and a regular drumbeat of share buybacks from the market's biggest names. But the story isn't just local. Investors need to watch economic policy out of Washington and Beijing, new trade alliances in the region, and how inflation and rates play out over the second half of the year. All these factors ripple through the SGX with surprising speed. My big piece of advice? Diversification should be your North Star. With so many signals flashing red and green, it's more important than ever to avoid putting all your eggs in one sector. REITs offer income stability, banks are cheap by historical standards, and emerging tech players are gaining ground. Keep focused on companies with robust cash flow, smart management, and a proven record of adapting to change. This is what creates long-term wealth through cycles. That's your daily SGX Market Digest for August 5, 2025. If you found value in this breakdown and want early access to my premium analysis, don't forget to join our membership. Just $1 a month for a daily advantage over the market. Like, comment, and share with fellow investors, and check out my last video on the STI Index to deepen your edge. Keep asking questions and thinking long-term. The Singapore market is always on the move, and together we'll navigate it with confidence. Stay invested, stay curious, and I'll see you again tomorrow with more actionable insights for your SGX journey.